Statistics are for nerds, and if the subject is poverty, health, and economics, it can put you to sleep. But there is one person from Sweden who made statistics look like music: Hans Rosling. He enchanted and stirred everyone with facts and figures against popular assumptions. Like a maestro, he made data play like an orchestra and changed long-held perceptions about the Third World. Hans Rosling was born in Uppsala, a city near Stockholm, Sweden. The place is the ecclesiastical center of Sweden and is famous for its university, Uppsala University. Since academics and research make the bedrock of the town, Hans had a natural inclination for it. He enrolled at Uppsala University in 1967 to study statistics and medicine. In 1972, he got a chance to study public health at St. John's Medical College in Bangalore. This is where his fascination with third world health and economics started. After becoming a licensed physician in 1976, he chose to go to Africa, where he served as a district medical officer in Navala in northern Mozambique. African countries have long suffered from poverty and malnutrition, which resulted in some uniquely devastating diseases. In 1981, a crippling disease called Konzo broke out in the Nampula province in northern Mozambique. Konzo paralyzes its victims, inflicting a permanent disability. Hans started investigating the disease to get to the bottom of it. He discovered that Konzo was predominant in the hunger-stricken rural populations where a diet dominated by insufficiently processed cassava resulted in simultaneous malnutrition and high dietary cyanide intake. Hans was dyslexic, but his understanding of facts and figures resulted in the research that earned him a PhD at Uppsala University in 1986. Rosling researched the link between economic development, agriculture, poverty, and health. Seeing his commitment, the World Health Organization and UNICEF appointed him as a health advisor. In the 90s, he co-founded Doctors Without Borders in Sweden and later headed the Division of International Health at Karolinska Institute. In his official capacity, he started health research collaborations with universities in Asia, Africa, the Middle East, and Latin America. He started new courses on global health and even co-authored a textbook on global health that promotes a fact-based worldview. He's held long discussions with many heads of state, including Fidel Castro. All of this while he was struggling with health issues. At the age of 20, doctors discovered a problem with his liver that forced him to quit drinking. His problems compounded when he was diagnosed with hepatitis C in 1989 that turned into liver cirrhosis within a few years. Even while experiencing the trauma of a severe disease, he raised his voice for the treatment of the poor and making a hepatitis C drug affordable. Rosling had developed a knack for presenting tedious data in an animated and engaging way that became his characteristic style. He became a YouTube star after his 2006 TED lecture, The Best Stats You've Ever Seen. Rosling used statistics to show that the distinction between developed and developing countries has blurred, that global health is improving, and that extreme poverty in the world is decreasing. On TED's site, the description of his talk goes like this: "In Hans Rosling's hands, data sings. Global trends in health and economics come to vivid life, and the big picture of global development, with some surprisingly good news, snaps into sharp focus." In 2010, he presented his documentary, The Joy of Stats, which was broadcasted by the BBC. It was followed by another documentary in 2013, Don't Panic: The Truth About Population, for the This World series using a Musion 3D projection display. He took the example of a family in Bangladesh to demonstrate how an increase in life expectancy reduces family size. Rosling contends that the much-feared population explosion has already been overcome, and the world population will stabilize at 11 billion in the next 8 decades. Hans infused magic in mundane statistics with his dramatic presentation style. With the energy and theatrics of a football commentator, he created an electrifying environment and mesmerized the audience. Watching him play with the bubbles on screen while showing off statistics and data was the same as watching a thrilling FIFA final match. The only difference was that the audience came out transformed and evolved. Reviews described his documentary as surprisingly upbeat and as a wise and thoroughly informative program filled with surprising statistics, but mainly it was an optimistic one. He continued picking developmental topics and in 2015 presented his next documentary, titled Don't Panic: How to End Poverty in 15 Years. It was aired on the BBC just ahead of the announcement of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Hans didn't limit his efforts to making presentations and documentaries. He wanted everyone to have free access to crucial data. With his son and daughter-in-law, he founded the Gapminder Foundation to develop a revolutionary software called Trendalyzer. It made massive and complex statistics accessible and engaging for the common man. It animated the World Bank and UN data into moving, interactive graphics. Acquired by Google, these animations are freely available on the Foundation's website. Businessweek Online said about him, Rosling believes that making information more accessible has the potential to change the quality of the information itself. Rosling's persistent work in developmental economics helped change the average Westerner's view of the East. It broke many prejudices. Rosling's research, documentaries, and books have won him several awards. He was included in the Time 100 list of the world's 100 most influential people in 2012. Though he's been criticized for seeing only the good side of things, he's certainly helped planners all over the world. Unfortunately, he died of pancreatic cancer in 2017 at the age of 68. His posthumously published book, Factfulness, co-authored with Anna Rosling Ronlund and Ola Rosling, became an international bestseller. Leading skeptical activist Amadeo Sarma remembers Rosling as being able to bring data to life, and how he shows us how we are wrong in so many of our beliefs, and that we just don't know much about the world. Sarma calls Rosling a global citizen for his activities around the world. Well, we wrap it up here. So do you think Rosling's efforts have reduced the gap between developed and the developing world? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the latest updates.